Welcome to our magazine featuring the very best from the second division of the Brasileirão. Season 2021 was chock-a-block with excitement from the Serie B of the country of football. Exciting new prospects, stunning dribbles, tough promotion battles, breathtaking games, and of course, the top goals from the competition. All this right now as we wrap up this fantastic season in the Brasileirão Serie B. Balance, drama and emotion. Two historic games that decided the champion of Serie B. In the Arena Condá, in the city of Chapecó, Chapecoense began to dream of the conquest after 3 minutes when Anselmo Ramon struck. Just 4 minutes later, in the Arena Independencia in the city of Belo Horizonte, América Mineiro opened the scoring against Avaí and the hosts had a hand on the trophy. In the 22nd minute, the Minas side were even closer to being champions when Ademir fired in to make it 2-0. But it was in the second half of these ties that the excitement really increased, and these twists and turns in these decisive matches will go down in Serie B history. In Chapecó, Hayes scored an equaliser for Confiança, and it looked like America had the title all wrapped up. Back in Belo Horizonte, Getúlio scored for Avaí in the 16th minute, 2-1, but at the time this had little effect on the championship. But in Chapecó, the home side went back in front with a Perotti goal after 33 minutes. With the scores as they were, Chape was still short of the goal needed to become champions. And then the real drama came right at the very end of the match when referee Anderson Daronco awarded a penalty to Chapecoense. America's players and staff had stayed on the pitch waiting for their rivals' game to finish. And it was at that moment that Anselmo Ramon scored the goal that confirmed Chapecoense as Serie B champions. In the end, it's the image of Alain Huchel that will stay in the memory. The player was just one of 6 survivors from the crash that killed 71 people, including players, journalists, crew and coaching staff on a flight to Colombia in 2016. What a night for Huchel and Chapecoense and football fans all over the world. Let's take a look at our super duper top 10 goals from the season. And we've got some real crackers coming up. In 10th place is veteran Hernan Bressan from Paraná. The number 10 had time near the box and hit the target with a toe poke. A nice one by Bressan to kick off our list. At number 9, Juventude's Mateuzinho showed all his power and accuracy with his curling left-footed effort from way deep. What a shot! Hobson did everything needed to earn the 8th spot. After the ankle breaker on the first defender, he finished the move with a cracking shot that flew into the top corner. A beautiful goal from Hobson and Sampaio Corrêa. At 7th is Lucas Abreu from Guarani. The play looked dead at first, but then Lucas showed up. After the half clearance from the defence, the ball was served on a plate and he connected with his stunning volley. A sizzling shot from Lucas. Things are hotting up as we reach number 6. Operario kept the ball after the corner kick and Schumacher reacted the quickest to the low cross to score a cheeky backheel goal. Smart stuff from Schumacher. Into the top 5 we go. Chiesa showed just why he's a legend at Náutico. The 34-year-old, belied his age, first with the pace to beat the defender, then had the composure to take on the keeper and the helpless defender before the finish. Guilherme Biteco arrives in 4th place. After a cross from the left wing, he hit a really difficult scissor kick from the penalty spot with perfect placement. Acrobatic skills from Biteco. We open the top 3 in real style. The protagonist is Operario's Rafael Olla. Just look at this great individual run. After dusting the first 2 defenders, he sends the third one sliding and ends the move with a cool finish. Terrific ability from Rafael Olla, just take another look. Our runner-up is this piece of outlandish improvisation. Juventude's Rogério is the star. He took it on his chest and then came up with this amazing bicycle kick. A goal that even Zlatan Ibrahimovic will be proud of. An awe-inspiring effort from Rogério. We've now reached the moment you've all been waiting for. There was a clear winner for the Serie B top 10, and you're about to see why. Pelé did just about everything in his fantastic career, but there was one type of goal that the Brazil legend failed to score. Cruzeiro's Rafael Sobis, however, managed to pull it off with this absolutely fabulous effort. Outrageous skill from Rafael Sobis. He's not quite the king, but he certainly is the Prince of Serie B with this wonder goal from Brazil. Marcelo Carni had a wonderful season in Serie B and is in 5th place in our top 5. First he saved a long shot from outside the area, then he was called on to produce more acrobatics to keep the ball out of the net. It would have been a certain goal, had it not been for the heroics of the shot stopper. Gabriel Mesquita was once the 3rd choice keeper at Guarani, but he secures the 4th place in our rundown. Wellington Tanky got a touch, and the goalkeeper somehow managed to clear it off the line. An amazing save in the Brinca de Oro. Ronaldo played an important part in Victoria's campaign and has made his way into our top 3. Hobson got himself into a good position and thought this was his moment. But then Ronaldo produced the goods to stop the player in his tracks. Incredible stuff. In the Mineirão, Paraná's Marcus showed fantastic reflexes to deny Cruzeiro. The experienced Bolivia international, Marcelo Moreno, was in on goal, but Marcus blocked the shot with his knees. Just incredible. João Ricardo is one of the big names in a very solid Chapecoense defence. He gets the top slot for this piece of pure skill that stopped a bullet header from Dada. Absolute brilliance from the man between the sticks. At 5, Oeste produced a surprise package in their exciting forward Pedrinho, who's dazzled with his pace and ability. In this move, Pedrinho turned it on in real style to trick experienced centre-back well. In the game against Serie B and Figueirense, frontman Bruno Michel was at his electric best against Reginaldo. The left back was completely fooled when the Figueirense player beat him with this touch to break through his marker. Experienced forward Chiesa has had spells at big top-flight clubs such as São Paulo, Botafogo and Bahia. Chiesa demonstrated exactly why he's been so tricky down the years, with a audacious array of skills that left everyone behind on his way to finding the net. Outstanding. Luis Gustavo got egg on his face when he came up against Confiança playmaker Iago. The number 10 was unstoppable when he used his fantastic talent to get away from his marker, who just couldn't keep up. Time now for our number 1 choice. Rafael Olla arrived at Operário in December 2020 to help the team in the final stages of the championship. Against a strong Juventude side, Olla went to town, dazzling not 1, Not 2, but 3 defenders with his tricks before drilling the ball home. A truly spectacular goal and well worth our number 1 slot. There are 3 players who really impressed in the league this year, so let's take a detailed look at them. Sampaio Corrêa had some brilliant moments during the season, spending time in the top 4 and giving hope to the fans who were close to celebrating promotion to Serie A. The dream though ended in tears, but there was a player who really stood out during the campaign. Striker Caio Dantas was not only Serie B's top scorer with 17 goals, he also led the top scorers chart in Brazilian football in 2020 with 24 goals. A good example of his outstanding displays through the year was his game-winning goal against Cuiabá at home, when he produced a good individual run and finished with composure. Unfortunately for Sampaio Corrêa's fans, Caio left the club in the last third of the season, but his time there exceeded all expectations and earned him a spot in our top 3 players. There's a saying in Brazilian football that goes, a good team starts with a good goalkeeper. And in Chapecoense's case, that fits perfectly, as they have João Ricardo as their number 1. He joined them in 2019 after a number of seasons at América Mineiro and has impressed this year. At 31, he's shown that he's still got lots to offer. The promotion campaign was full of challenges, and João Ricardo's saves were vital to Chape's success. Among his best saves was his penalty from Guarani's Junior Torginho. The goalkeeper put up amazing numbers in the season, having collected an impressive tally of 24 clean sheets. Promotion to Serie A crowned a fantastic season for Chapecoense, who were back in the elite of Brazilian football, thanks a lot to João Ricardo. The 25-year-old forward arrived at América Mineiro in 2018 after shining for non-league Patrocinense in the Campeonato Mineiro. Under the guidance of manager Lisca, he's had his best ever season. Ademir was able to reach a high level with great vision and finishing qualities and was key in America's promotion to Serie B. The player scored some great goals during this historic campaign, with his best one coming against Victoria in the first half of the season. Many Serie A clubs have already shown interest in the player, and the attention got even higher, with America reaching the semi-finals of the Copa do Brasil, beating teams like Corinthians and Internacional along the way. Ademir's future is still uncertain, but the fact is that he's had a great season and was a near unanimous decision for the MVP of Serie B. Left back Matheus Bidu has stood out since the under-20s at Guarani, and in Serie B it was no different. The 21-year-old is considered one of the best left backs of the championship. He scored 3 goals and provided 1 assist, helping Guarani to finish in a comfortable mid-table position. Bidu is a defender who has attacking abilities and an excellent long-range shot, and he used this weapon to score his goals against Cuiabá and Paraná. His good crossing ability was also clear in the assist for Pablo's header in the draw against Cruzeiro in the Mineirão. Bidu's performance in this Serie B has put him on the radar of several First Division clubs, as well as placing him the top 3 revelations of the tournament. Striker Luis Henrique was fundamental in the Serie B campaign of Brasil de Pelotas. The 19-year-old can perform as a winger or centre forward and score 4 goals and provided 3 assists during the season. His repertoire is varied, as seen in this goal scored against Avaí, which was a powerful shot from outside the box that left no chance for the goalkeeper. Against Guarani, he cleared the defence and gave a show of skill and agility before slotting the ball into the back of the net. Facing Paraná, the number 9 received the ball at high speed, got into the box and finished with no mercy. He's a complete striker. Luis Henrique is also a provider. Against Juventude, he got past the defender using his physical strength, advanced from the edge and crossed to Mateus Oliveira, who put the ball away. In the match versus CSA, he made this beautiful move and showed his great vision with a perfect backheel assist, once again for Mateus Oliveira. The striker left the Gaúcho club in January 2021. His performances for his team in Serie B earned Luis Henrique a spot in the top 3 league revelations and also a transfer to the UAE's Al Wasl, where Brazilian coach Odair Hellmann is in charge. After a defender and a forward, of course there had to be a goalkeeper on the list. Mateus Menges arrived on loan from Atlético Mineiro and quickly became an absolute starter for CSA. His contract runs out at the end of the season and is expected to return to his parent club. In 27 games, the 21-year-old goalkeeper conceded just 22 goals. He kept 9 clean sheets because of his great saves, reflexes, elasticity and a good sense of positioning. The most impressive save came against Avaí. The keeper stretched to reach a point-blank header. He got the help of the woodwork, but showed what it was all about. Against Ponte Preta, the young goalie also produced 2 more stunning saves. First, he stretched to save a tough header. Then he showed incredible reaction to stop a long shot that deflected off a defender. The keeper's performances meant that CSA came very close to clinching promotion to Serie A. So the most coveted spot in the top 3 Serie B revelations could not be anyone else's. Confiance's Hayes, Chapecoense's Anselmo Ramon and CSA's Paulo Sergio all hit the net 10 times. Next came Victoria's Leo Ceará with 16 goals. The race for the Golden Boot of the Serie B was won by Sampaio Corrêa's Caio Dantas, who scored 17 times.
Hoje tenho 34 anos.
I'm 34 years old and was born in 1986. I played academy football in Rio Grande do Sul and turned pro at Grêmio. I was in the battle of the Afflicto squad when Grêmio got promoted and was also runner-up in the Brasileirão. I went out on loan to teams such as Figueirense when we were in the Copa do Brasil final against Fluminense under coach Mário Sérgio, who was in the Chapecoense crash. In 2010 my contract with Grêmio finished and I joined Novo Hamburgo. Then I played for 2 seasons at Sport. I went back to Rio Grande do Sul in 2013 and played for a number of teams there. I returned to Novo Hamburgo in 2016, where I played in the 4th Division, the Junior Cup and then the State Championship. This is when I really made the jump and started reaching my potential. We won the tournament. I was awarded the MVP and it was the first time a goalkeeper had won it. After that I spent 2 years at Juventude, then I moved to OSG. In 2020 I played in the Campeonato Paulista for Guarani and then I finally moved to América Mineiro.
Fiz o Paulista pelo Guarani de Campinas e após o Guarani a minha chegada aqui no América. Isso da valorização é muito importante, né, cara? Eu acho que você tá podendo brigar por título, né?
It's great getting rewards for your hard work, so being able to fight for a title in such a difficult season is really good for us and the fans. I've had a solid campaign from the start. Our first goal was promotion, which we've already achieved, and the fight for a title is just a reflection of the work we've put in. We had a great stretch in parts of the season when we tied in points with Chapecoense. That's when it became clear that we would be able to go for bigger things.
A arrancada que a gente deu, onde a gente conseguiu alcançar a Chapecoense no número de pontos ali, a gente realmente teve a noção de que a gente poderia conquistar alguma coisa a mais. Então a importância do Lisca é fundamental, cara. É uma peça que...
Lisca's a huge part of what we are. I'm sure if he wasn't here, we could still have achieved big things, but it would have been more difficult. He's a guy that's always looking for ways to improve and is obsessed with winning. That's contagious, and we've all bought into his ideas.
Busca sempre o acerto, é um cara que é obcecado por vitória. A gente acaba comprando essa ideia, né, de uma busca por uma equipe vencedora, mas eu particularmente gosto de passo.
I personally like to take it step by step. I'll work hard in the off-season before the Campeonato Mineiro. We'll try to have a good campaign to establish our work as a team even more. We'll have to take it one game at a time, especially in Serie A. But why not hope for big things? We can dream of having another good run in the Copa do Brasil and maybe even win it this time. Why not dream of qualifying for the Copa Libertadores? It doesn't cost anything to have dreams. We're going to take it step by step, keep our heads low and take America forward in Serie A.
Vamos degrauzinho por degrau aí, muito pé no chão.
Let's take a look at the players and the coach who've dominated the Serie B scene this season. In goal is João Ricardo of Chapecoense. Right back, Heiner of Cuiabá. The centre-backs are Mesias of América Mineiro and Luis Otávio of Chapecoense. Bidu of Guarani is the left-back. In midfield are Juninho and Zé Ricardo, both of América Mineiro. And Rafael Gava of Cuiabá. Up front, Adjimir, América Mineiro, Paulinho Mocilin of Chapecoense, and Caio Dantas of Sampaio Corrêa. On the bench is Lisca of América Mineiro. The final day of Serie B ended in dramatic fashion with Chapecoense snatching the title with just a goal difference better than runners-up América Mineiro. Juventude and Cuiabá took the other two promotion places. Figueirense, Paraná, Botafogo from São Paulo and the OSG crashed into the third division. The amount of talent coming from Serie B is well known. But this season, one player in particular went on an incredible journey. Former Juventude winger Breno Lopes got loads of attention after producing some eye-catching performances in the second division, and powerhouse Palmeiras quickly stepped in. The São Paulo club reached the finals of the Libertadores and Copa do Brasil, and the 24-year-old is helping them in all competitions. From Serie B to the world. VAR in Serie B next season? The Brazilian Football Confederation, the CBF, is holding advanced talks with potential providers, referee boards and clubs about using VAR in the 2021 season. Leonardo Gaciba, the president of the CBF's officiating council, has recently said that the possibility of having VAR for next season is real, with only the financial details to be approved. Welcoming the newcomers. 4 clubs have already guaranteed promotion from Serie C. Let's have a look. Traditional side, Remo from Pará beat arch enemies Paysandu on their way to promotion, so that was a real bonus for them. Paraná's Londrina will also be a Serie B team next season. With an experienced squad featuring the likes of Celcinho, the former Portuguesa, Sporting Lisbon and Lokomotiv Moscow player, and Leandro Donizetti, the ex-Atlético Mineiro and Santos man. Vila Nova are from Goiânia and are no strangers to the higher Brazilian leagues. The 15-time Goiás state champions will try to keep going up the rankings next season. After a long wait of 32 years, Brusque is back in Serie B. The club from Santa Catarina squeezed in on the last day of the season, even though they failed to win. That's about it from our Super Serie B special. There's been some fantastic stuff from Brazil's second division, and we hope you've enjoyed our magazine show with the very best of the action from the 2021 season.